I'm gonna jump over here, Louis, and then over to you. Yeah.
Hi, first on Ukraine. Earlier this week, General Ryder said that indications were that a small number of Russian forces were moving into Kursk. Is that still the same guidance, or can you amplify that just a little bit more and give some information about where these forces are coming from? Are they sizable enough to potentially push back?
So I can't get into more details right now on the size and how many, how Russia is repositioning some of their forces. We know that there has been some movement, but I can't get into details on what that, more specifics on what that looks like.
And as you strive to get more indications, of the strategic purpose, are you seeing the Ukrainians digging in to try to hold those positions that they've seen so far, or does it seem more like they continue to be on a broader offensive?
Well, that's actually some of our, questions that we have for Ukraine. Is their intention to continue to hold? Or how, when they say they're creating a buffer zone, and to Oren's question of, how large are they going to expand? These are some of the questions that we're asking, because if they are going to create a buffer zone that does entail creating, multiple defensive lines. And so those are questions that we're working through with them. I don't have all those answers right now, but that's something that, the Secretary is going to engage Minister Umerov again in the coming days. When we have more to share, we certainly will. But I think it's important that, Ukraine also speak to their operations, and Ukraine should really speak to their objectives and goals. And that's still something that we're trying to learn from them on how this fits in to their strategic operations. It's important that, our support for Ukraine is still unwavering. We're still going to have PDA packages that come out from this building. I don't have one to announce today if that was going to be your follow-up, but we are going to continue to support Ukraine in their fight and whatever they need to be successful.
So my follow-up is actually going to be a follow-up to Joseph's point from earlier about preparing, changing the force posture for potential retaliation from Iran. That hasn't happened. It's been almost 3 weeks now. Do you see a correlation between any lack of action there and the new Iranian government essentially trying to determine its path forward?
So I can't really speculate on that and the new government that's forming. I think that by surging capabilities into the region, by having 2 carriers in the Central Command or in CENTCOM, by moving destroyers closer to Israel, should they need to be called to the defense of Israel, the announcement of the Georgia as well, having a squadron of F-22s also in the region, I think that gets into the headspace of Iran. And I think that gets into, they see us positioning, should we need to support Israel? I'm sure that gets to their calculation. What that, means for them at the end of the day, that I can't speak to, and their new government, as you mentioned, I can't really speak to that. I can just speak to our movements, and we are messaging that we are there to deter, and that, of course, we are there to protect our forces, and if needed, to come to the defense of Israel.